Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we will understand the correlation in SailPoint. Whether you're working with SailPoint Identity IQ or Identity Security Cloud, getting a firm grip on this concept is absolutely essential. If you're an IT professional or maybe a student learning identity governance, consider this explainer your masterclass. We're going to take a very steady, focused approach so that by the end of our session today, you'll understand exactly how this works behind the scenes. Okay, let's dive right in. So think about this for a second. When enterprise systems contain thousands or literally tens of thousands of accounts, how does SailPoint know exactly who is who? Honestly, this is the core problem of identity chaos. Picture a standard enterprise. They're aggregating accounts from highly diverse systems. We're talking Active Directory, SAP, Workday, various databases, and just a whole bunch of cloud applications. When all these accounts from all these different places get pulled into one central hub, the system has to figure out which accounts belong to which specific person. Without some kind of ultimate organizer, well, you just end up with a massive, confusing list of accounts. It's like a giant puzzle. Here is our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll be defining correlation. Second, we'll see how correlation actually works in practice. Third, we'll walk through the correlation lifecycle. Fourth, we'll compare correlated versus uncorrelated accounts. And finally, we'll do a quick interview prep to get you completely ready for your next career move. All right, let's start with section 1, defining correlation, the foundation of identity. Here is the formal definition. Correlation is the process of matching an incoming account from a connected application to the correct identity, meaning the user, in SailPoint. So the crucial point here is that correlation is simply the matching process. It's the intelligence that connects a scattered digital account right back to a real human being's central identity profile. Basically, it brings order to all that enterprise identity chaos we just discussed. Moving on to section 2, how correlation actually works, methods, and examples. Let's say SailPoint already has an identity profile for our user, John Smith. You can see his identity attributes include an employee ID of E12345 and an email of john.smith@company.com. Now imagine an aggregated account comes in from Active Directory. Its account attributes show an employee number of E12345 and a SAM account name of J. Smith. So how do we link them up? Well, a correlation rule can just compare plain text. It looks at the rule, identity.employeeID equals account.employee-number. Since both of those values are exactly E12345, boom, SailPoint successfully correlates the Active Directory account to John Smith's main identity. It's really that straightforward. Of course, in the real world, not every match is going to be that simple, right? There are two primary correlation methods you really need to know. First up, we have default correlation. This is your most common approach. It uses standard attribute mappings configured directly on the application. Think of mapping employee ID to employee ID, email to email, or username to username. But on the flip side, we have rule-based correlation. Sometimes simple attribute matching just doesn't cut it. When that happens, a custom correlation rule can be written. This allows the system to match using multiple attributes, handle those tricky account naming variations, or even apply highly specific business logic. Okay, section 3, the correlation lifecycle is step-by-step flow. Let us walk through the entire flow of data in these 5 steps. Step 1, identity data is loaded. This usually comes from an authoritative source, typically your HR system. This creates the base human identities. Step 2, accounts are aggregated or imported from your target systems like Active Directory or SAP. Step 3, this is where the magic happens. SailPoint executes the correlation logic we just learned about. Step 4, the matching accounts are successfully linked to their corresponding identities. And step 5, which is absolutely critical, unmatched accounts remain uncorrelated. They just sit in the system and are probably going to require manual review to figure out exactly who they belong to. Which brings us to section 4, correlated versus uncorrelated accounts and their actual impact. This contrast right here highlights a massive security focus for enterprises. On one side, correlated accounts are safe and governed. They are securely linked to an identity, they are automatically included in certifications, and they are used properly for access reviews. On the other side, we have uncorrelated accounts, and these are a real potential risk. They are not linked to any identity. Because of this, they often show up as orphan or suspicious accounts. To resolve them, they usually need manual investigation by an administrator. Honestly, managing uncorrelated accounts is a huge part of maintaining enterprise security. All right, final section, section 5, SailPoint Interview Quick Prep, key definitions. Let us do some quick preparation so you can communicate this perfectly in your next technical interview. If you're asked to define correlation in a SailPoint interview, here's a concise, perfect answer you can give. You tell them, Correlation in SailPoint is the process of associating an aggregated account from a target application with the correct identity using one or more matching attributes, such as employee ID, email, or username. It ensures that all accounts belonging to a user are linked to a single identity for governance, certification, and provisioning purposes. Trust me, if you deliver that answer, you demonstrate a complete understanding of both the how and the why. Now, during that same interview, you might also be asked to contrast correlation with other related concepts. Let us define them very quickly so you're fully prepared. Aggregation is simply the process of importing accounts from applications. Identity refresh recalculates identity data and entitlements. An authoritative source is the system that creates and updates identities, which, again, is typically HR. And provisioning is the process of creating, modifying, or disabling accounts based on identity lifecycle events. If you understand how correlation fits right alongside aggregation and provisioning, you basically understand the entire core of identity governance. So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Without proper correlation, just how secure is your enterprise access? Think about it. If you cannot accurately match accounts to humans, your certifications are incomplete, and those orphaned accounts can easily turn into massive security vulnerabilities. Proper correlation is literally the absolute bedrock of identity security. Thank you so much for focusing and learning with me today. Make sure to review these concepts, and I will see you in the next explainer.